Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today I have I can't think how best to word this, a recent favourite makeup that I have bought from Aliexpress makeup video. Did I say makeup too many times? Okay, so I'm just going to be telling you today about some makeup products that I found on Aliexpress. I just don't know why I have to overcomplicate. Oh my gosh, guys, this video has not started well. But I'm just going to tell you about some fantastically affordable and beautiful makeup from Aliexpress. Okay, so the first product is by FOCALLURE. So this is called the Sun Kissed Monochromatic Blush Duo. It comes in this beautiful, very kind of luxury looking and luxury feeling packaging. It feels very reminiscent of the NARS packaging. It's kind of like a soft plastic, but that's not what I love about this. I love what we've got going on the inside. As you can see, we've got two blushes. We have a matte blush and we have a glowy blush. So this is in the shade 02 Barbie Shy, or is it Barbie Sky? No, it's Barbie Shy. Do you know what? I'm getting to that age where I keep thinking, do I need glasses or is this text just inhumanely small? So this is absolutely stunning, like so beautiful. The formula, such high quality. I just don't know how NARS get away with charging so much for a single blush when FOCALLURE basically are producing the exact same thing but without the NARS branding on it, and plus you get two. You get two different blushes in here. If you are a fan of blushes, if you're a fan of makeup, if you like fantastic things, then I would definitely recommend that you give one of these a go. Believe me, you will not be disappointed. Like, I can guarantee it. I won't, but I could. And the reason why I say I won't is just because I can't be arsed drawing up a contract. And how would we both sign it? I just don't know. But I'm going to just tell you that if you did not like it, like, I don't know what I can say, but believe me, like, I'm sure you would love it. And they do have a bunch of other shade ranges as well. So you could have like more of a peachy one. I believe they even have like a bronzer version. So they have like a matte bronzer and then a kind of more radiant glowy bronzer. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to have to be a bit swifter with talking through the rest of the products because I have a shitload to go through. Okay, so the next product that I really loved is by Han Diane. This is a dupe for the Huda Beauty Melted, is it the Melted Matte? I don't know, but this is definitely a dupe for that. So on one side you've got a matte liquid eyeshadow and on the other side you've got a beautiful kind of metallic liquid eyeshadow. I was super impressed with how this looked, how it wore over a period of time, how easy it was to apply. The only beef that I had with this, and I should say the only vegetarian beef that I had with this, is that the brush was missing. Oh no, it was missing on the matte side. Okay, so the brush was missing on the matte side. I will show you. Can you see? There is no brush. I mean, really, guys, like, that was like really disappointing, but the actual product itself was great. I could still kind of dig in there with a brush and get the product out, although it wasn't the most fun time of my life, but it's still usable. And I'm hoping that this defect is an exception to the rule, you know what I mean? I hope that I was the only victim in this. Oh my gosh, I just thought I had red lip gloss all over my teeth, but I don't, so it's fine. Phew. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about some eyeshadow palettes. I have done reviews of all of these eyeshadow palettes here on my channel, so I'm not going to spend an awful lot of time going through them. But the first eyeshadow palette that I really love and I've used a few times in the past couple of weeks is the Lemon eyeshadow palette. This is by Beauty Glazed. This is, I think, a dupe for the Huda Beauty £9 palettes. I'm really impressed with the formula of this palette. I absolutely love the summery golden yellow tones of the palette. I love the fact that you've got a glitter in the middle, you've got shimmers and you've got mattes. So although I do feel like, you know, you do generally always create a very similar look with this palette, it's so affordable that, you know, it's just like the perfect palette if you want a sassy, golden, summery, smoky eye. Not smoky, but sultry. Not really sultry, but it's just great. Okay, so the next palette we have is by FOCALLURE again. This one is the Endless Possibilities palette. I don't like the name. I don't understand it, like Endless Possibilities. I mean, I kind of can see why they gave it that name, because like it's the palette of unlimited possibilities, but still, I just think it's not really like, it doesn't really like grab you, that name. Like Endless Possibilities, it's like saying the Kind Regards palette, the How Are You Today palette. I just don't think it's a very like jazzy name, do you know what I mean? Unlike its name, this palette is absolutely sensational. I love the whole mix of shades. Again, we've got shimmers, we've got pressed glitters, we've got duochromes, and we've got mattes. You could create like a darker, smokier, more sultry look, or you could go for something very kind of bright, summery, colourful. I think the formula was really, really good, so I really like this palette. So the next palette is by our good friends at UCANBE, and this is called the Bubble Nebula Changeable palette. So this one is definitely a take on the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. I think that's its name. I just don't know. I feel like it's not the right name, but do you know the palette I mean? So I really, really love this palette, and actually I am also going to be mentioning another dupe of the Mercury Retrograde palette. So I've got two of them because Beauty Glazed and UCANBE both released their own kind of version. I like both of these palettes, but for different reasons. I definitely preferred the mattes in the UCANBE palette. I just found that they were a little bit more pigmented and just generally kind of easy to work with, whereas I really, really preferred the shimmers in the Beauty Glaze palette because they were much softer, smoother, and they were just much kind of glowier. They looked much more metallic, whereas the shimmers in the UCANBE palette were just, I'd say they were beautiful, but they were more sheer. They were definitely more reminiscent of like, you know, your typical kind of topper shade, so they didn't really pack a whole lot of punch just like when used by themselves. So yeah, I like this palette for two different reasons, and if I could maybe have one palette with the shimmers from the Beauty Glaze and the mattes from the UCANBE, I just feel like I would be living my absolute dream. But both of these are really, really good, and I don't really think that you would be disappointed with either. Based on the last few palettes that I've just told you about, it's quite clear that I have tried a number of palettes recently, but my very favourite, and the one that I would have to say this is the one that I would recommend to anyone. Obviously it's subjective. It's, you know, there's no point me recommending a palette to you if the colour story is just like not your gig. You know, like if it's like a pink Valentine's Day kind of colour story and you hate pink, then, you know, regardless of whether it's my favourite or not, it probably wouldn't be worth me recommending it. Oh my gosh, that was a whole pointless segment that I don't even know why I mentioned. But anyway, my absolute favourite eyeshadow palette that I've recently tried from Aliexpress is by Beauty Glazed, and it's the Reversal palette. Oh my gosh, guys, this is one hell of a palette. This is an extravaganza in palette form. I absolutely adore this. There's many reasons why I adore this. Obviously, I really, really like the formula. I really, really like how many shades you get in here. But the thing that I love most about this palette is the colour story. I just find that it's quite unique. It's quite different to a lot of other colour stories of eyeshadow palettes that are on the market these days. And it is actually very, very reminiscent of a Colourpop eyeshadow palette. I can't remember the exact name, but I remember that shortly after doing my review of this palette, Colourpop were releasing photos of their new palette, and I will pop up a picture so that you can have a look and you can see which palette I mean. But I'm sure that if you're familiar with Colourpop, you probably know the palette that I mean just by looking at this palette. It's so gorgeous. I've created so many looks with this palette over the past, well, since I got it basically. I just think it's the perfect, most beautiful, divine, handsomest. Oh my gosh, I just love this palette, and I would really recommend this to you if you like the look of the beautiful colour story. Oh, by the way as well, so two of my favourite shadows in this palette are these kind of glitters. So we've got this one here, it's like a turquoise, but it's kind of duochrome, so it's like green and it's blue and it's hitting you in the face with all kinds of gorgeousness. And then you've got this one, which is like a pink gold. Someone call the police, because I'm about to make an arrest of this palette for being so gorgeous. Like literally, ooh la la, yes please sir, I'll have 10 of them. Like literally, I love this palette. Okay, so next I'm going to move on to some more liquid eyeshadows, and these ones are by the Hold Live brand. So I was very kindly sent these by Hold Live, and they actually came in a pack of 5, but these 3 are like my absolute favourite shades. I don't believe that you can actually buy these separately. I do think that you have to buy them in the pack, which is fine because they're relatively inexpensive and the formula is like so good. But I would definitely recommend it if you're a fan of a liquid eyeshadows, and in particular if you really like glitter, or if you like the Steel and Magnificent Metals glitter and glow. Don't we all love a bit of glitter and glow? Then I would really recommend these to you. They're probably my favourites on Aliexpress. As I said, these are my 3 favourite shades. We've got this beautiful one, this other beautiful one which is pink and silver, and then this other beautiful one which is like a pearlescent look. The reason why I didn't really describe this one to you is because I thought, well, I have no idea how to describe it and you can see it. So I thought I'm not doing it. I'm just not. Okay, so next we have a fabulous concealer, and this is by the Fever brand. So this is definitely taking some inspiration from the NARS Radiant Creamy concealer. It just looks like identical, apart from it says Fever and not NARS. I was really impressed with this. As somebody that doesn't really wear concealer every single day, I don't really consider myself to be the biggest concealer lover in the world, but I know a good concealer when I see one, and I really like this one. I do find that because I'm 35, I can't really get away with many concealers because they do have the tendency to highlight and accentuate like lines and sagginess, and me being 35 basically, so I can't really get away with a lot of concealers. So for me, when I find one that works, I know it's a good one. It's a good one because it takes a lot to deal with my under eyes, like it really does. This is really good. I would really recommend it. They do have quite a few different shades as well, not as many as I know we would all like, but I would really recommend this. I've tried a feck load of highlighters recently, and there's one that impressed me head and shoulders above the others, and this is by the KIMUSE brand. It's called the KIMUSE. It doesn't really have a name at all other than KIMUSE, so we're just going to go with that. So this is in the shade 03 Bronze. This isn't a powder. I would definitely describe it more, it's more like a cream. This is the sheer definition of Wet Look Sheen. This is so glowy, shiny. It's just so gorgeous, and even someone like me that has pretty fair skin, I can get away with this shade. I can use it as like a glowy blush, and it just adds a real kind of burst of radiance to my cheeks. Or I can kind of, you know, use a minimal amount as a highlight, and it just adds that I've just been having sex for hours kind of a look. This is beautiful, guys. They do have 2 or 3 maybe other shades, and I've gone ahead and I bought another one which is 02. Oh my gosh, guys, get in there, lovely. Okay, so the next product I have is a coloured eyeliner. So this is by the Davis brand, and it's called the Waterproof Protection Lip and Eyeliner Pencil. So this is a metallic below. And I popped another one in here, but this is the fail. Like, this is the win, this is the fail. So I did try the lime green version and it was shit. Don't waste your time with this shit. But the blue one was really, really nice. It really popped on my waterline. It was pigmented, comfortable, applied easily. So yeah, if you're in the market for like a blue eyeliner, then I would definitely recommend this. If you're in the market for a lime green eyeliner, bad luck. This one's shit. I can't help you with that. I'm so sorry. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this fabulous makeup finds from Aliexpress video. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. I hope that I've not seemed to rush, but I was just really keen to like tell you about these products because I've literally had them sat in my like favorites box for ages, and you know, I need that box for other stuff. I need it for other things. I'm trying new products by the day, loving new products by the day, so I need to make space. Or I'm going to have to start charging these products rent for living in the favourites box. And I don't really want to do that because, let's face it, I'm never going to get that rent. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.